Good evening, YouTube. This one is specially for Olivia from OME's waterculture. She asked me to do a video on my porch and my growing spaces. I see if I can step back. This is my lounge set. It's messy. I'm sorry for the mess. This is from my husband's car. It's the subwoofer, and it's standing there for a few weeks now because we needed to do a big haul, and the car needed to be empty. I'm using it as a side table. I built a tiny little hidey hole for my cats, so I can't use everything on my couch, but they love it there and they feel safe. And we have a few terrorist cats in the neighborhood that seem to attack my cats constantly, so at the moment they often only reside in the yard, and I like them to have a place of their own. I will see if I can make that somewhere else so I can utilize my couch. But anyway, back to plants. This board is new. We're at the moment trying to redo my daughter's bedroom into a Spider-Man bedroom. It used to be full of princesses, and this is a board of one of the cabinets we demolished, and my husband made those brackets, and the board is resting on the back of the couch and hanging on those brackets, so I can display more plants and free up a little bit of my porch because everything was full. As you can see, it's my zygopetalum, it's my brassia. Morgan, this is the one I think that has a nutrient deficiency. So I will have to get some Epsom salt or some Calmac. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. This is my brassia, no idea. This is my Spanish moss. I still need to do a video on for Rachel. I'm growing this. It's very, very special to me because my grandfather used to grow it in the shower. And since the dendrobiums down there are my great-grandmother's dendrobium, that's a kiki of it I got from my uncle. So having Spanish moss that reminds me of my grandfather is also nice. I have 4 of those strips of Spanish moss up in the bathroom, and this one especially for Josh. I will do a video on that later. That's my husband inside doing silly, and now he's hiding. Oh, you're scared to go on YouTube, darling. Yep, you didn't want to anymore. Let me see what I can show you. This is my little collection of moss. It's here so it can have a little bit of shade. I'm thinking of getting a few pieces of that when I'm mounting a few of my keikis. I got live moss idea a little bit from Roger and a little bit from Dana from Italy. She has the most beautiful Tolomnias growing, and she's growing them on a mount with live moss. So I hope one day to get something that resembles that. Here I have placed a number of my succulents, a few pots that I did with the leftover stems and root balls, hoping I don't want to throw stuff away. So I'm just, look at that. That's a new rosette, and I will utilize that in a different arrangement. That's the leftover stem I got from my Echeveria. Those, Morgan, especially for you, I'm not sure if you know the names of those succulents. I still have to look them up. They're, how you call them? They're quite flat. Let's see if I can turn it around. As you can see, it grows sideways only, with new leaves coming from the top. I think I've seen something like this on a channel, but I have to do a lot of searching to find it again. So if you know what it is, let me know. Here I am propagating some burrow's tails. This is a sedum. I don't know what those succulents are. This is, I knew the name. I forget what it is. I'm busy trying to get those leaves that I wanted to propagate. I'm going to put them in an incubator. and see if they do a little bit better, because it's the nighttime temperatures are plummeting. I'm having 11-12 degrees at night at the moment, so I often have to haul some plants inside, but my inside space is not ready yet, so that's a problem. I have to haul them in and out every day. It's quite of a hassle. This is a basket I'm filling for my mother-in-law, and I got some new cuttings. Those succulents that I don't know the name of in the back, I got from her. I got some pops from another plant, I don't know the name. It's very pretty with variegated leaves. Another hang plant with cuttings I'm needing to root, but they need to be inside in the warmth. I have some kind of sedum and... oh, that's a lot of noise. And some other plant in there. I don't like the planter that much, but the plants need to get out. And over here I'm sorting 40 clay pots I traded for a glass, no, not a glass, a bottle of wine. I forgot the dear mister, and I gave him 2 bottles of wine because I felt really bad for forgetting my appointment. So I will try to walk around. Those really ugly plastic pots, I bought them for soaking my plants. I do a weekly fertilizer regime, and I had to soak my plants into buckets. And I don't share my water with my orchids, and I don't want to use too much fertilizer. Well, how do you explain that? If I put a small orchid in a big bucket and needed to fill it till the brim of the pot, then I need a lot of water and a lot of fertilizer, which I can't use for any other plants. So I'm at the moment watering my plants outside with the fertilizer. But since it's been raining cats and dogs the last week, so can't really water the plants when they're already soaking wet. So I bought smaller pots to fit my orchids so I can soak them better. This is one of my ficus plants that I had a lot of cold damage, and I put it up on the porch every spring, and it has to go inside every fall. I have kiwi growing its vines inside, and I have some grape vines over there. Another hanging basket for my cats. Let me see. That's my husband.
I do not want to be on YouTube.
I know, I'm sorry, but you know I'm filming. This is a few of my plants and lilies that still need to find a permanent spot, because I'm thinking about putting a really big cabinet over here where I can put my pots and my fertilizer and my tools. That's my recycle crate. Don't look at that. Here, at the moment, I have a few buckets of dirt, some succulent mixes that I am preparing to do with perlite. And this is a big barbecue, which I put a lot of junk on top. So, like I said, I really didn't want to show my growing space and my porch. This is a strawberry tower. This is actually fun. It's 3 pots connected, and you can stack them by twisting. I don't know how you call it. You can stack them. And I'm growing strawberries in it, so my snails don't eat my strawberries. And at the top I am growing a pepper, and there's a tomato in here somewhere. There you go, cherry tomato. But my pickle plant is growing in there, and I have something that resembles a tomato. Potato, I'm not really sure if it's a potato. Have to identify that still. So yeah, that's my porch. See if I can step back and show a little bit of my jungly mess outside my porch. So I have a lot of work to do, and oh yeah, this is